back again with another episode of SI Chronicles. I literally just got off work right now. Oh wow. So, I'm going to do a video talking about a detailed install on the cold air intake. But before I get into that, I gotta run to a couple of places. Well, first I gotta drop something off at a friend's house, and then I'm gonna head to my little spot that I go to so I can talk peacefully to you guys real quick. So I'll be seeing you guys there. Alright guys, I finally made it over here. Pop that. Freaking left my sunglasses at home, so I'm literally freaking scorching my eyes right now. So I'll try this again with the one hand. See if I can do it. It's a lot of movement. Got it. Okay, cool. So, oh man, come on. So, oh man, it's hot. So I'm gonna get into, start off with the full detail about it. So before I even bought the intake that I have right now, I was looking around online to see which one was the best one, and different varieties came up. There was the short ram intake, another one that had a heat shield, and the actual full cold air intake. Now, I thought the short ram was the same thing when it had the heat shield, but I later realized that it's not. It's literally, all it does is tries to block the heat from the engine, but since it still sits by the engine bay, heat is still going to get sucked back into your engine. And that's what the cold air intake does, that when it sits away from the engine bay, all it does is just suck in cold air, as opposed to how some will just like sit over here, literally still in the engine bay. So all this heat from all that still gets sucked back into it. Even with the heat shield, it still gets sucked back in. I didn't know that at the time, but I looked around, and especially on YouTube, I saw this one channel that really broke it down in various, from all three. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, so the cold air gives you the most horsepower. That's the one I want. So when I went online and looked for cold air intakes for 2011 SI, a whole bunch came up in different brands. AEM, DC Sport, I think, Grady, Skunk 2, Hybrid Racing, Engine, a Takata, and a bunch of eBay ones too. I didn't want any eBay ones. I didn't want anything cheap for my car, so I stuck with the higher end performance ones. So when I was talking around, people were telling me I should get Skunk 2 because that's what a lot of Honda guys get for their cars, is a Skunk 2. I was really considering that one until I saw how complicated the install was. Have to relocate the battery, the ECU, the fuse box, and the thing to relocate the battery, you have to drill 3 holes into your chassis for the new battery mount relocator. I was like, no, that's too much. I just want something I can just straight install, just straight put in. And then that's when I saw the Takata cold air intake. I was like, I read a little bit, it's just straight install, I don't have to move anything around. I was like, yes, this is the one I want. And from what I read, it was just 21 horses and 23 foot-pounds of torque gain for just installing it. Compared to the other ones, it was just barely in 17 or lower. So this one literally gave me more bang for my buck. Now, I don't remember which site I got it from, but I know it was $275 flat. No taxes, no shipping and handling. Dang, I wish I had like sunglasses. I'm gonna stand over here. So that's why I got this one. It was more bang for my buck. Now, I was gonna do overnight shipping when I finally got the money for it, but it was like an extra $70 for it. So I was like, no, I'll just wait. And that waiting was a torture. It took, I'd say, like 8 business days before I actually arrived. But when it finally came in, I was hyped. I started clearing space in the garage so I can pull my car in, and we went out and we bought a little jack with little jack stands so we could prop it up. We did that. It was me and my dad, and I kid you not, guys, it took me at least 5 hours to put this intake in. Now the longest, the reason it took the longest was getting the stock intake out. That was the biggest problem. From the way the stock intake looked, it broke down into like piece by piece by piece, and that's what we were mainly trying to do, but some of the pieces didn't want to come apart, and it was getting really frustrating and really annoying. So we got it all down, we got it all out, up until one little part. It was kind of, I want to say it was like right over here somewhere, I think, down towards the bottom. There was an extra bolt that the instruction didn't tell us about, and me and my dad, we tried getting a socket on there. Every time we got the socket on there to turn it, it would just come loose. So I finally, after an hour of messing with it, I finally had enough. I braced myself, put my hands on it, and I just yanked that thing as hard as I could, and it came loose. It snapped. It sounded like something snapped because a bolt dropped. Then once that came out, putting the cold air intake in, it was pretty easy. It only took like an extra hour to put it back in. The only 2 problems that I really had for installing it, one, the tube has a little bracket that for the brace on the frame. Well, you can hook it up to the frame, whatever. It was in a weird angle. It didn't want to adjust right, so I can put the bolt in. Finally, like 15 minutes of twisting it and moving it around, we finally got it in, and that was a pain. And the second thing was, for this main hose right here, they didn't give me the right hose clamps, like the right size. So the top one right here and the bottom one right here, they were too small. So when we unloosed the ones, not unloosed, but loosened up the ones that they gave us, but it was still too small. So we just hooked it up, and I just rolled my car in easily, and I had to wait till the next day to go to Walmart and to get bigger hose clamps, and that's what these ones are. These aren't the ones that came with the shipping. These are the ones for Walmart, and they fit fine. It works, keeps it on. This thing sounds like it just sounds aggressive when you get on it. You can really hear VTEC kick in on it. I want to get it tuned right now, but I found a guy in town. He told me to wait until I get a header and a catback exhaust before I get it tuned. So it's gonna take a while before I get any of those two. So for right now, I'm just gonna try to fix it up visually. I found a suspension set by True Heart Racing. I'm considering getting those. It'll drop my car 2 inches, and I think it'll look pretty crisp and pretty clean, dropping it 2 inches. And I'm also considering getting rid of these pinstripes, because even though this side has it all the way down, over here, this portion right here is missing. So from this whole fender, actually right here is just missing. So from the passenger door down, it has a pinstriping. I didn't realize that until someone pointed it out to me, which is kind of sad. I should have noticed it first. But I'm going to take that out and all of it off. I want to touch up this paint because it's starting to look pretty bad. I don't know if you guys can see right here. Someone tried to do a match touch-up paint, but it's horrible. And right here too. So I'm like trying to get that fixed. I definitely want to get this fixed right here. This looks horrible. My mom, she has a 07 Accord. Her car is 4 years older than mine. Her pillars look nothing like that. Hers still look brand new. So whoever 2 people had this car before me did not take very good care of this car, and I want to punch them for that. But I have it now, and I'm going to take excellent care of this car the best way I can. So that's what the install and what I have planned for the future of this car. I am going to do a little driving test for you guys so you can hear it. So I'll see you. No, I won't see you. Just going to drop this and get back in my car real quick. Alright, so we're back in here. And my baby. Oh my gosh, it is so hot. There we go. Turn that down a little bit though. Should we get some music going? I don't know. Nah, we're not gonna get any music going. So, I'm gonna do a sound for you guys. This ain't it. So, like I said, once you get on it, it sounds freaking amazing. I love the way it sounds. It's real aggressive and a higher RPM. I want to say from like 6,000 to 7, it's like practically screaming. Then when you continue going, it kind of balances itself out. And when you change gears, it screams again. And when VTEC kicks in, you can really hear it with this one when it kicks in. Now I don't know how it is with the other intakes like Skunk 2 or Hybrid Racing, the engine and all that. I don't know how they particularly sound when it kicks in, but I know for this one it's just amazing. It's kind of bumpy over here. Oh, is that a car coming? Let him pass for a minute because I'm going to be moving it. Sit here. Sit. I think that's long enough. Alright, so here we go. And just for it. this will be the one to get. I love it, and I'm pretty sure you guys will love it. So that's all I'm gonna do today. So I'll be seeing you guys next time, and push beyond your limits.